What is up? Welcome to the Page Club, and welcome back. It's your host, Mike. First, I'd like to sincerely apologize for the unexpected hiatus. Life, as it tends to do, got a little crazy, but I'm so happy to be back behind the mic. You'll notice I'm flying solo for this episode. My wonderful co-host, Paige, was unable to join me today, but she sends her best and will be back with us for future discussions. Before we begin, if you appreciate this content and want to support the channel, please consider subscribing and liking the video. It genuinely helps us grow and continue producing these deep dives. I just read 20 of the most important fantasy novels in history, and I have to say something that'll probably make a lot of people hate me. Dungeons & Dragons is a superior narrative form to most of them. And I'm not saying this to be controversial. I say it as someone who loves literature, but who has also directed D&D campaigns for over a decade. In this video, I'm not just going to give you my opinion. I'm going to prove to you, with 3 clear and compelling arguments, why D&D's narrative structure surpasses that of books in the aspects that matter most. We'll analyze world building, character development, and plot creation. And I promise you that by the end of this video, even if you don't agree with me, you'll understand the art of storytelling in a completely new way. So, prepare your dice and open your mind. Let's explore this together. Let's begin with the first pillar, world building. The worlds crafted by great fantasy authors are, without question, monumental artistic achievements. When I consider a world like Middle-earth, I'm in awe of the depth, the meticulous histories, the constructed languages, the detailed cartography. They are masterpieces of imagination. However, from a narrative design perspective, I've come to see these worlds as inherently static. They're like perfectly preserved historical documents. They offer incredible detail and a profound sense of place, but they exist as a fixed stage for a single, unchangeable story. The world is built to support the plot, but it cannot organically change in response to a different set of stimuli. This is where I believe D&D offers a paradigm shift. In my experience, a D&D world functions less like a static document and more like a dynamic simulation. It's designed to react and evolve based on the actions of the participants. The choices made at the table can have tangible, sometimes permanent consequences on the world itself. For example, in one of my campaigns, the players were tasked with dealing with a hostile orc clan. Instead of combat, they pursued diplomacy. Through a series of tense negotiations, they brokered an alliance. That single decision fundamentally altered the political landscape of that region. The orc camp went from a simple combat encounter to a fledgling political power with its own interests and ambitions. The world had adapted. That vitality, that capacity for genuine, unscripted change is, in my opinion, a powerful narrative tool that a printed book cannot replicate. This leads me to my second point, character development. Our connection to characters in literature can be incredibly profound. We follow their struggles, we celebrate their triumphs, and we witness their growth over hundreds of pages. It's a masterfully guided journey. But it is, by necessity, a guided journey. The reader is an empathetic observer, following a character's predetermined path. We have no influence over their decisions, their mistakes, or their ultimate fate. The arc is set in stone. D&D, I would argue, provides a framework for what I consider true character autonomy. The player is not an observer, they are the agent of the character's evolution. The development is not scripted, it is the cumulative result of genuine choices made under real pressure. I once played a paladin, a character I created to be a bastion of law and righteousness. But over the course of a long and morally complex campaign, I was forced to make a series of difficult compromises. To protect my party, I had to bend my sworn oath. To achieve a greater good, I had to align myself with questionable figures. By the end, the character had transformed into someone far more jaded and pragmatic. This wasn't planned arc. It was the authentic, organic result of the lived experience within the game. I didn't witness his change, I was the author of it. This process creates a deeply personal and unpredictable journey of growth that is unique to the interactive experience. It's the difference between empathizing with a character's journey and being personally responsible for it. This brings me to my final and most significant argument: plot creation. Here I believe D&D's methodology is not just different, but transcendent. A novel's plot, no matter how complex or surprising, is ultimately an act of meticulous engineering. The author is a brilliant architect, designing a narrative structure from the ground up. The twists are planned. The ending is known. In contrast, D&D facilitates what I call emergent narrative. The story isn't designed top-down, it emerges, often unpredictably, from the dynamic interaction between the players and the game master. I have a perfect case study from one of my own campaigns. The central plot was meant to revolve around stopping a powerful lich. However, the players became fixated on a minor background character, a local baker. Through a cascade of misinterpreted clues and focused investigation on their part, they became convinced he was the true mastermind. As a game master, I had a choice: force them back onto the main plot or adapt. I chose to adapt. This unassuming baker evolved into the head of an unexpected criminal enterprise. The epic climax of our story didn't take place in a lich's tomb, but in the baker's surprisingly large flour mill, which had become the nerve center of his operation. We had to contend with the tyranny of his sourdough starter. That unique, memorable, and frankly bizarre storyline could never have been designed in advance. It was born purely from the dynamic interplay of player agency and game master improvisation. In closing, I want to be absolutely clear. This thesis is not a eulogy for the fantasy novel. My love for literature is undiminished. The artistry of a master prose stylist and the intricate complexity an author can weave over years of solitary work are strengths that an improvised collaborative game can rarely match. My argument is about evolution, not replacement. I believe D&D builds upon the foundation of literary tradition by adding a powerful dimension of interactivity and personal agency. And I'll leave you with a final thought. I'm convinced that engaging in this form of storytelling has made me a more insightful reader. Participating in the construction of a narrative from the inside gives you a deeper appreciation for the architecture of a well-written story. You become more attuned to foreshadowing, character motivation, and plot structure because you have hands-on experience with those very mechanics. It's a medium that transforms the audience from passive consumers into active co-creators. And in my opinion, that represents a fascinating and powerful evolution in the art of narrative. But that is my personal thesis, and I'm very interested to hear your perspective. Do you agree that interactive media like D&D offers a different, perhaps more evolved form of storytelling? Or do the focused authored narratives of literature remain the pinnacle? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm looking for a thoughtful discussion on this. Thank you for your time and for joining me today at the Page Club. If you found this topic engaging, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Take care.